When you think about mental health, do you think of it as something like a binary? Somebody is either in a good place of mental health or they're in a bad place, maybe having a crisis. Or do you think about it as a continuum? Because a lot of times when we think about mental health, especially in the workplace, people will talk about wanting to prevent something to happen to those that are in a good place. How do we keep them mentally healthy? And then there's those things. Oh, well, what do we do when someone is in crisis? And we act like it's a light switch that goes on and off. I can tell you, as somebody with lived experience, it's not the light switch. Maybe it's a dimmer switch at best, but it's a continuum. And things can change literally within a day. And it can be especially a spectrum of sorts. So we have to start thinking about mental health as a continuum, both individually and collectively, so that when we are planning programs, when we're addressing the challenges faced by staff, that it's not about an on or an off situation. I can tell you from my own lived experience, the self-awareness that you develop, the listening to the inner critic, you can become attuned to when that dial starts to switch, when it starts to slide. And the trick is always about what can I do to get it to slide back? But the point is that it's this thing that moves back and forth along a spectrum. Now, there is a place on that spectrum that can be literally the edge of the cliff that you fall down, and it's much harder to slide it back through that point and back up and around again. So when we're planning in the workspace and we're planning in corporate culture around mental health, we have to get over the dichotomy of there are mentally healthy people and then there are those in crisis. We exist along a spectrum. And where I might be today is not necessarily the place that I might be tomorrow. Those of us with lived experience often have the approach that it's one day at a time. It's where I wake up this morning. Where is my dial set at? Where am I along that spectrum? And how can I move myself, hopefully, to a better place and keep that dial from moving the other way? So I just wanted to put that out there and have you think about how is it that you view mental health and what kind of reframing you can use to change that. Because as long as it's a case of an on, off, up, down, light switch perspective, those of us with lived experience usually end up marginalized and stigmatized. So just a little something to think about. Looking forward to your comments below. Have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.